Now, as Scott said, this is the third time we're doing this. I want to be very clear about a few things. These days we do, focused on regions or countries, are not to blindly promote investment opportunities in a specific region or jurisdiction, but it's really to assess the opportunities as well as the challenges and have an open and honest review. So it's in this vein, before we begin, that I would be remiss if I did not mention a group of demonstrators that is likely to organize out front. I think it'll be a fairly small group, but there will be a group out front at Federal Hall later today who are demonstrating this forum. In fact, last week, provoked by this event, we received a petition strongly encouraging us to cancel this forum. Now, I think there's a lot of great things about the United States. That includes free speech, the right to peacefully assemble, and the right to petition, among other things. So I want to be clear on behalf of my colleagues, all the people I work with globally, our clients, and our partners. The New York Stock Exchange abhors discrimination of any kind, and we have a strong commitment to supporting equal rights for all, regardless of their sexual orientation. Now, given today's discussion, I think it's important to note when we talk about the opportunities and challenges to make an investment anywhere, discriminatory policies absolutely have a negative impact and have a real impact on companies' decision-making processes. With regard to LGBT rights or related human rights, companies regularly make it clear to me as the CEO of the NYSE that this inhibits their likelihood of investing. They also have to think long and hard about whether they want to send people into a jurisdiction where they think they may have to fear for their safety. And there's obviously reputational risk associated with doing so. So we took this petition pretty seriously, and we consulted with our LGBT partners, of which there are many, and our own employees. And I took their advice, which was constructive and supportive, and they were among those encouraging us to proceed with this forum. And some may ask why. Our view is pretty simple. We hold these forums because we believe our convening power allows us to have a very open and candid dialogue around any issue, and we encourage everyone to speak their mind. Sustainable development, in our view, is only achievable when opportunities are equal for all, regardless of anyone's race, gender, or sexual orientation. And I think we would not be the partner that our LGBT allies count on us to be and that we pride ourselves in being if I did not at least spend a minute or two with you on that issue. Now, I do that in the spirit that I have gleaned from many meetings I have had over the years in Moscow, in St. Petersburg, and in Davos, among other places, where what is always clear at those meetings is the opportunities as well as the challenges are given equal time. I have never been to a meeting in a forum like this discussing opportunities in Russia where the Russian delegation has not been very open and candid about talking about some of the weaknesses or issues that might hold back people from investing. And I'm sure you can count on that today. Now, we may be adding human rights to that list, but historically that list has included investor protection, corporate governance, rule of law, things like that. Corruption. I think these are all issues, and we can now add human rights to that list, that I think are important to discuss, but I'm sure we will have an open debate today. Now, what I'd like to ask Sergey to start is, these are not new things that we've heard. I've been to Davos and at the breakfast that is sponsored by Sberbank and others every year. They poll the audience and say, what's keeping you from investing more in Russia? And typically, investor protection and corporate governance are right near the top of the list. So Sergey, if I may, thank you again for being here. Thank you for your candor. It would have been easy for both of us not to do this, and I appreciate your being here. It means a lot to us and to the crowd.